Hey, what's going on, guys? Check it out. We are almost done. We really don't have too much more that we got to do to this. So I'm taking advantage of putting the wheels on it to get it to be a roller today. That and the hexes that kept falling off were actually pissing me off, so I just decided to put the wheels on it. It looks crazy cool. It is awesome. So, as you guys can see, I have started to install some shocks into this. So, I'm going to show you step by step how to assemble the shocks, because there's a few things that you have to do. It's not just put some fluid in it and go. You actually have to assemble the entire thing. To start off, when you get the plastic-bodied shock, yes, these are plastic-bodied, nothing fancy. You will have to take off all the aluminum pieces, as you will be putting stuff together on it. Now, the first thing that you're going to do after you've removed your aluminum pieces is you're going to be putting one of your O-rings over the body of it, like so, all the way up till it can't stop anymore. You guys can see the O-ring on there a little bit. Then you're going to take your adjuster nut and you're going to put it all the way up, so that way it meets the O-ring, like so. Voila. So, after you've done that, now we got to assemble the shaft. And I will be honest, you guys, the shaft sucks. Why? Because it's so goddamn tiny, and you have these itty bitty little tiny E-clips that you probably can't even see in my hand, that just absolutely suck to put on. So, if I make a fool out of myself several times in a row with this, don't be surprised. So, the easiest way I found to put E-clips on is, and that's not one of them. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's not good. Oh no, I found it. Oh, thank God. Thought it went down in my shirt. Now, people all have different ideas and different tricks to putting E-clips on. If you don't know what an E-clip is, it's that little dude right there. Okay, it's kind of shaped like an E. Everybody has a different technique of putting the E-clips on. Whatever works for you, however you get it on, that's all that matters. So you want to put your first E-clip on in the bottom slot. You'll see that there's two slots on the top part of the shaft. Put your first E-clip on there. You're then going to take your piston, which is going to be a 3-hole according to the instruction booklet. Slide that on top of it. And then comes the real tricky part, putting another E-clip in on top of that in the next slot, above it. So, let me see if I can't put this together here. Hopefully, I don't keep dropping it. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to pause the video and get this together so I don't embarrass myself anymore. Okay, I did it. Took me about a couple minutes to do it, but we got the top E-clip on. Do not lose the E-clips. They do not give you spares, which they should, because you're going to lose them. Maybe not, if you're lucky. But it's going to take a little bit of time. That's the most difficult part about this whole procedure, is putting those damn E-clips on. So, after that, we're going to take our shaft with the piston in it and put it into the shock body. Have it coming out of the hole at the bottom. Next, you will have a little black washer that goes on first on the bottom. After that is going to be a little rubber O-ring, which you will then put over that, slide it all the way down, and then you have this little tiny plastic cover, so to speak. It does have a flat side and then it does have a raised side. The raised side faces outwards, not in towards the O-ring. You want it facing outwards, okay? After you do that, then you can put your bottom aluminum cover on. Tighten that down. There we go. Voila. And then we need to tighten the little the bottom of the shock where it attaches to the shaft. I am having a total mind blank. But you guys know what this is. So we're going to put that on. They actually show to use wire cutters, hold them against the threads on the shaft, and put this little guy on. Rod end, basically. It will take quite a bit of force to get them started. As you guys can see, I'm struggling a little. Okay, so after you get that little guy on there, you're ready to add your fluid. Now, I don't really know what the weight of fluid is. As you can see, they marked it with a 350. However, it to me looks somewhere around the range of 10 to 20. I'm not entirely sure, but that's what it looks like to me. So we will fill this up. A little shock lesson for you guys. Right up to the top. Okay, you guys can kind of see the fluid in there. Now we're going to move the piston up and down slowly to release all the air bubbles in it. And we're just going to keep doing that a couple of times. Don't let the piston come up out of the shock fluid, otherwise you're just resucking air back into it. If it gets too low, just top it off again. And once you've moved the piston up and down a few times, let it sit, let the rest of those little itty bitty air bubbles come out of it. You want no air into the fluid. And depending on the thickness of the fluid, it could take a minute or two, or it could take several minutes before all the air is out of it. So we'll give this a couple minutes here and let the air come out, and then we'll come right back. Alright, so it's been about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and there's no more air bubbles in there. I'm able to move the piston up and down. Nothing's coming past it, so we're good to go. So now you're going to take your little rubber condom, or whatever you want to call it, put that over the top, let it seal. Okay, I'm going to take our top aluminum and the upper holder. That's what I'm calling it, the upper holder. And we're just going to tighten it down right on it, and there you go. Shock is good. It pushes itself back out again. We're good to go. So, put the spring on, and then the bottom retainer. Make sure you put it in the right direction. There is two sides. This side faces downwards. This side faces into the spring. Push the spring down, slide it in. Hey, look at that! We got ourselves a little spring. Look at that. That has got to be the smallest spring I have ever assembled. I'm so used to like 90mm shocks off the big trucks. So, now that that is done, we can now install it onto the truck. Now, because of it's a tight fit, use a pair of pliers, pop it in. I know you guys are still probably cringing at the fact that I'm doing that even with aluminum, but hey, you know what? It's my car, I'm going to do what I want. And I'm not scratching anything. So there we go. Popped itself right in. Good to go. And now we have ourselves a car that is completely ready to go. Wow. So now all I got left to you guys is to adjust the suspension a little bit, adjust the ride height, put in the battery tray, front and rear bumpers, and put in the electronics and paint up the body. So my goal here is, I'll show you guys one more video. Hey, look, it's my face. Hey guys. Is to show you guys how to install the battery tray and the front and rear bumpers. And then we're going to take a little bit of a break because I got to wait for the weather to kind of warm up outside in order to paint the body up. And I'm still waiting to get a servo and a receiver in order for this. But we do have that Novak motor. I'll pop that out of the box so you guys can get a little idea. Alright, so here's that Novak drift spec motor and ESC. Looks like I got some work to do. And this little 13.5 turn motor is what's going to end up going in there. Give you guys a little idea. Be something kind of like that. That'll be perfect in there. So yeah, still got a little more work to do. Not that concerned. We'll get to it here soon. We're actually, like I said, one more video on the Sakura D4, and then it's on to the Pro 2 for a little bit. Got some cool ideas coming along with that. I got something cool I want to show you guys on the Axial SCX10. And my stomach's growling at me. I'm kind of hungry. I'm probably going to go have some lunch now. So, that's that. Stick around, guys. We've got one more video to go. Woo! See you guys later.